I'll cut that out. What's up, guys? Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Today we're gonna be going over lining circles or curves. You know, if you know me, lines are my enemy. My worst enemy are curved lines. Yeah, they're just tough, you know, but this is why we're here. We're just here to get better, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna go over a few things with you guys that I think that give you the best crispy lines for your curves. First off, we're using a 7-round liner right here from Legend cartridges. I don't know if you could see that right there. But yeah, and I'm also using my Cheyenne Sol Nova right here. The stroke is about 4.2, I believe, and I'm gonna be running it. There's no number indicator on the Sol Nova, so just to give you guys an idea, I think it's about, I would say anywhere around 8.5 to 9, which is a little bit on the higher end, right? So yeah, let's open this up here, open up this cartridge. Okay, here you go. I don't know if you guys could see that. Boom. 7-round liner right there. Okay. Lock that in. Let's turn it on. Check that out. So I got my needle sticking out, maybe a little bit, like maybe about like a nickel's width, right? Is what I always say pretty much. You can stick it out a little bit more if you want. Just be aware, if you're gonna be sticking out a little bit more, you're gonna have to, it requires a little bit more control, right? Otherwise, you know, if you, you run the risk of blowing out the skin, you know, blowing out your lines, because if your needle's sticking out too much, and if you don't have that right control, hand control, then you risk puncture going in way too deep, and the ink just kind of you'll see it. If you guys ever seen a blowout, you know, you can kind of see the ink just kind of spread out, you know, underneath the skin, and it's kind of gross. Before we start, I'm gonna go over some points that I have for you guys in order to get the best results possible for this. And number one, just you got to get the right positioning. You got to position your body. Don't be lazy. Don't be afraid to get up, stand up, and like really get to the right position in order to pull your lines, right? Number two, I'm not able to demonstrate it here because we're using fake skin, but number two, you really got to stretch out the skin. Number three, you want to keep a consistent rate of movement, right? Number four, try to maintain a consistent angle of attack, I should say. Number five, every time we enter and exit a line, we're using a technique called pendulum motion, right? We're not just abruptly going in there with the needle. We're coming in, having a consistent rate of motion, and then lifting off, right? Lifting off, right? We're not going in there just like bam, right? And another thing, every time, and this will happen, right? Every time you feel a little shaky, you feel like you're losing it, just let off, you know? All right, so now that I went over those points, let's get to it. All right, so number one, you want to position yourself, right? You really want to position yourself for the optimal result, right? Don't be lazy. Don't be afraid to stand up and like be able to, you know, in this case, I'm able to just, you know, move the canvas or whatever I'm working on here, but that's cheating, right? In real life, if you're gonna tattoo a human body, you're not gonna be able to just like flip them around however way you want. So you're gonna have to move your body and move your hands in a way where you're most comfortable to pull those lines. In this case, for me, I always like to pull towards me. You can always push away too, but that's a different technique. I usually pull towards me when I'm pulling my lines, you know? All right, guys. Turn in. That's pretty high. All right, so I'm gonna position myself, right? Position myself so I can pull the best line possible. Here. We'll start with this far side here. Oh, actually, that one disappeared, so we won't do that one. All right. Ready? Alright, I'll go this way. Now, since I'm pulling towards me, right, I'm gonna move over here so I can pull this way. I was losing it there a little bit. Use the same angle to pull this way here. Nice and steady, steady rate of motion. Okay. I'll slip back this way. Pull. See how that went. Most likely gonna need another pass, to be honest, just to clean it up, but okay. Not too bad there, right guys? Alright guys, and remember, you gotta stretch the skin. Obviously you can't stretch the skin here, but you know, you gotta remind yourself to do that. Also, I don't know if sometimes you guys might have trouble right when you sink the needle and you'll see ink splatter everywhere. What helps with that is if you use a little bit of Vaseline or whatever ointment you're using, rub it on there, you know? It'll really contain all the ink that gets distributed. What also helps with the ink splatter is also if you wipe before every attempt at a line, right? You gotta maintain a consistent angle, right? You don't want to be coming this way like here, and then here you're like totally sideways, you know? That's why it's okay to let off and then reposition yourself so your angle of attack isn't varied between each side, you know? You want to try to keep it nice and consistent. All right. I'll pull this way. Cool. All right. So right here, I started seeing my machine started to go a little too vertical, right? And it was blocking my view, right? And I'm not gonna move my head as I'm lining, because that's just gonna move me. I don't wanna do that, right? And so it was blocking my view. Now I just let off. Now I'm just gonna reposition myself, right? Move this out the way. Now I'm gonna reposition myself here. Right, and continue. Give it a couple of runs, and it's going. Go ahead. All right. There we go. I'm gonna pull this way. See right there, I was almost done. I could have closed it up, but you know what? I didn't want to be overconfident. You know, I really want this to come out good, so I'm gonna let off and move over. Right, get in a better position so I can keep pulling towards me. We're gonna do this last one here. Yeah, I'm glad these circles came out a lot better than the first video I made. That was terrible. All right, position myself. Let's go here. Taking my time, keeping a steady rate of motion, right? And let off there. Reposition myself. Go this way so I can pull towards him. See, I almost had that one closed up. Had a little bit left, but you know what? I decided to let up and just finish it off here. I mean, not the best, right? They're not perfect, but you know, they're definitely a lot better than the ones I made for they're definitely a lot better than the ones I made for the previous video. Here, why don't you guys check that out? There you guys go. You guys let me know what do you guys think out of 10. I give myself maybe like 8. Is that fair? Yeah. You guys let me know. Yeah. Again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Keep your eyes open for the next video. Thank you guys so much again. Take care, guys.